Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play the Subspace Emissary from Brawl. In the last episode we got our butts kicked by Taboo and we had to go and basically save everyone with DDD, Luigi, Ness and Kirby. And now we're going to go to the Great Maze, which I consider to be possibly it's the worst stage. It's the worst final stage I've ever played. And yeah, let's just get into it. And I'm gonna start with Meta Knight, Captain Falcon, Fox, and I'll go with Mario, why not? So what do we do first? Well, we're here right now, and these areas are basically your save point, because basically how the Great Maze works is that you go through basically the entire world again, all the stages you've done before. Basically you have to go through all of those areas yet again, in the hopes of finding these, like, shadowy door kind of things, and they basically lead you towards a boss. Like a boss character, like PT Piranha, that guy from on the halberd, etc. Or they'll lead you to like a character battle, and we have to fight all the characters up to this point. And we have to do all that before we can face Taboo. And you see this map here. It's tiny now, but once we get to the end of this, it's going to be huge, and it's gonna last a long time, and that's why I saved the Great Maze to that's why I have made it so the Great Maze had its own recording session. Because if I did this after a session beforehand, like if I had to do levels before this, it would have drained the hell out of me. Also, these areas, since this is like all one level, you have these sections where you go here and you can save your progress so far and switch characters out if you so desire. So either way, let's get this started, because this is going to take a long time. So first off, PT Piranha, and now that there's nothing story related, like there's no cutscenes here or anything, so you don't have to worry about what cage you take out, just get it done. It really doesn't matter. And just... yep. Ow. Right. Okay, that's one boss done. But I believe they let us go. Yeah, I'm gonna replenish my health, because, well, that's another thing you can do here. You go save. I think this is how you do it. You go back. Yep, there you go, and you can replenish all your health. And you're gonna need that, considering what we're about to do. So now we're in the Sky World, and yeah, basically you have to go through all of the areas in the game once again. I forget. Okay, we're fighting Pit. Okay then. Funny, because in the E3 announcement trailer, Meta Knight and Pit like did a sword duel, which is kind of funny. So yeah, reliving the E3 trailer. Yeah, and all the character battles are in like this weird kind of arena, and they slightly change a bit, like not much, but it's basically just like platform placement and things like that. It's really nothing too different. And yeah, we have to basically do this and kill all the weird clones or whatever. Hey, go here. Alright. And yeah, this is my main problem with the Great Maze, is that it doesn't feel like a finale. It doesn't feel like a finale. It doesn't feel like I'm about to face Taboo, like the final boss. It just feels like... It kind of just feels like a hard mode or something. I don't know, it just feels like I'm playing the game again, which wasn't very fun to begin with. And doing it again is just... why? And when you miss a character, it's really annoying to go back, because especially after you've gone through so much and it's like near the start. Like, it can be so really annoying to backtrack and find the character, like the door, I guess, you need to go to. And it's just, I really don't like it, because yeah, it's just, we're just going through areas we've already been through, and there's nothing noteworthy here at all. I mean, like, Taboo's ultimate goal was to make it so all of the... Well, I understand making a Subspace army, but was his ultimate goal seriously just to make the Great Maze? Why? What does he gain from doing that? I don't understand. He makes the Great Maze, but I liked the previous Subspace levels. Like, they were interesting. They had atmosphere and they had build-up, and this is just us playing through the same old stuff again with almost no difference, and we're just fighting all the characters we've seen up to this point with all the boss fights, and that's just not interesting design. A final level is supposed to be climactic. It's supposed to build you up and hype you up for the finale of the game. The Great Maze doesn't do this at all. It fails completely when it comes to doing something like that, and it's just so dull. Like, this is literally the same level design from the second stage, with like a couple added enemies here and there. Like, this is pretty much the same layout. It's just pretty much constructed in a way to constructed in a way to connect all these levels together, and this is just the cheapest way to make a final level. You could, when you make a final level, you make an original stage. You don't just like be cheap about it and just reuse stages you've already played in. It's just not how it works, seriously. I mean, say what you will about Eggman Land, at least that's climactic. Like, it builds up to the finale, in my opinion. And yeah, it's hard as balls, but that's the point. This is not hard. The Great Maze is not hard. It just goes on and on and on, and we've already seen all of these stages before. We've seen all of this before, and it just goes on and doesn't stop. And we have a save point. I'm gonna change characters, I suppose. Keep Fox, Mario, because he's coming next anyway, and why not? I'll choose Ganondorf because of the lols. But yeah, Eggman Land actually was climactic to me, and say what you will, but I actually like Eggman Land, both versions. Well, the Wii version kind of dragged because of how many night stages there were, but I still thought it was fun to play. And the HD version has a lot of, in my opinion, has a lot of interesting gameplay mechanics, and minus the, well, if you know what you're doing, the length is not that bad, honestly. You really need to know the shortcuts and all that, but to me it's just one of the more interesting levels in the game, because it's one of the more open stages, and there's a big sense of challenge, which is nice. And you'd expect it to be so, Eggman Land to be huge, because, well, Eggman has been wanting to make this thing for like, since Sonic Adventure, and yeah, we've been preventing this thing from being built for so long. It's like, oh gosh, worse than we expected it to be. And that's kind of the point. That's why it's so big. And that's why it's so difficult, because it's Eggman Land, and I don't think there's anything here. So, okay, I'm gonna go back and right. Is that it? Fine. Ugh. Give me false happiness, false hope or something. Ugh, man. This area is interesting though, because, well, in one area, doing something in one area will change something in the other one. So we destroyed those blocks, and it got rid of some of these. So yeah, there's really not much I can say, because we've already seen most of this, and yeah, we've seen all of these areas before. There's like some minor differences and all that, but it's just really nothing exciting at all. If you like replaying every stage again for some reason, then you'll love the Great Maze. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but I'm not one to judge. If you like the Great Maze, then cool, awesome. I just don't think it's suitable for a final level, honestly. Especially after like Taboo owned us with like zero effort. I don't know. I would just like something similar to the Subspace levels, because they had a lot more. They felt like you were building up. Those levels made it feel like you were building up to the final battle. And to go to this after like the Subspace levels, it's really underwhelming in my opinion, because yeah, the Subspace levels were a lot better designed compared to this, because this is just stuff we've already gone through. This is not final level material, and I can't stress that enough. Just I kind of see this as just being like, oh, we don't have much time left. We need to make a final level. Let's just reuse every stage again, and make it so you have to find these doors which lead to character battles and boss fights. Yeah, that will work. I mean, we have these Subspace levels, which work great for a final stage atmosphere kind of thing. But we're not going to use it. Let's just use every stage again, because that's awesome. Ugh. There's really not a lot I can say, because it's just, again, it's just everything is just things we've seen before. Ugh. At least these character battles actually make me feel like I'm playing a Smash Brothers game. Whoa! Alright. Better save. Okay, so there's 4 main areas. There's the one we've just entered, and I believe this goes back to the start. And there are 3, or 2 other areas. And let's see. Oh, I'm gonna be DK. Why not? Ike, I suppose. Lucario and Falco. Okay, that seems good. Yeah, DK. Alright, so these areas kind of confuse things a bit because there's multiple paths to choose and you have to go everywhere if you want to find everyone. I should point this out now. So you see on this map those dots. Those dots mean that there's a door you haven't gone through yet, and it'll either like lead somewhere else or be a character or boss fight. It can also be both, like be a character battle and then lead you somewhere. So if you're like missing a character, look for those dots on the map and they should lead you to where you need to go. I believe this door leads us to the halberd fight. Yep, do on. Yeah, you ain't getting me, dude. I think that attack does more damage than any attack you can do to him, which is funny. It's like the Omnidroid or whatever it was called from The Incredibles. It can only hurt itself or something like that. Ah. Yeah, it's still the hardest boss in the game. No. Wow. I didn't plan on that happening, but I'll take it. Alright, so this is where things get a bit more complicated, because we have different paths to take, and it just make this stage linear, please. I like exploring, but a stage where it requires you to find all these character battles and all that, please just make it go from, please just make it so you go from area to area. Please don't overcomplicate things. It just makes it longer than it needs to be. I'm sorry, but this Great Maze session is probably not going to be a lot. There's not a lot I can say about the Great Maze. So I don't know. Will I survive?